Hey guys, so we're doing another rewatch today. We've got Larry, Taylor, and then two. Not all of them are new, but so we've got Chris McBride here. He's one of our high school buddies that hasn't ever played with us before. So this is his first game with us. And then Nick Barney as well, little Bark Ninny on a team. So Nick, Chris, Taylor, and Larry versus. Up here we have another new face, Jacob Barzee, an Idaho native and, adventure, rock climbing, free spirit extraordinaire. Up here, and then this is Spencer, myself, and Mr. Jake or not. Jake the Snake, Rad Dracula himself. We see that Jake is kind of is walling in with houses on this side, preparing to fight up against what looks like Taylor. And as we see, my military's here, getting ready to go up against Larry. We've got 4 minutes left in the tree, so we have a little bit of time. I want to look at our civs. So we got 4 minutes left of production time. I'll put it on slow. We'll put it on real slow because I don't want to run out of time. But we see that Barzee's got 21 food, 22 gold, 18 wood choppers. Then we've got Jake, who's got 46 on wood, 25 on food, 25 gold, and he's building more villagers as well. So he's still kind of booming. When we look at Chris is at 19, 12, 3, and 6. So he's still going as well, which is to be expected when it's your first game. Frankly, I'm impressed that he was able to get that high because, your first time, you're very much figuring it out. Nick is almost identical, 19, 15, and 12. This is because we're letting Travis direct traffic over there. And great job, Travis. Spencer is 66, 60, 41, and 4. We look at Taylor, 63, 43, 35, with 10 on stone as well. Larry's got 85 food. Holy cow. Okay, Mr. Ethiopians. And then 51 and 49. So a very significant portion of his pop. And myself, I'm at 52, 40, and 65 with more coming. So that's kind of that. I want to keep my eye on... We're going to watch Barzee. I'm pretty impressed with... Yeah, you can see that this is his first game. We played one warm-up computer game that we gave him almost no direction at all on. And so he's really... what he builds is on his own. So we're going to watch him a lot. Hopefully we'll be able to watch some of Nick and Chris as well. So we're going to pick things up because treaty's about to drop. You see here, this is our treaty length over here in the corner. And yeah, so we see that there's military buildings getting built over here by Jacob. If I could redo our building, I would have had Jacob put all of his military stuff up here with Jake's. I think that if Barzee and Jake were pushing together, that we may have had some serious punches. Not to hate on what's already happened. I know you see that Larry's like, oh, you're not cutting around. We'll see what happens there. But treaty is now up, so anyone can attack anyone at this point. The game is live. So we're just waiting on military stuff to come. We see that there's nothing protecting here. Okay, so Taylor's built a defensive wall, big defensive wall. If I could redo my play, that's one thing I would have changed. I would have claimed right here. Instead of claiming right here, I would have moved that forward to up here. Maybe walled off like right there. Because I feel like we definitely were cut back and limited on Jake's side. You see, there's just not as much space. It's like immediately into his base. So, but we wanted to give those other guys some wiggle room because it's Nick and Chris's first game, so give them some space. So we see that Larry has a bunch of military. He's just chilling on military. I don't understand this. It just doesn't make sense to me. But that's what he's doing. So Larry's just chilling with his military, playing with my dick, letting them decide where they want to cut. But it doesn't matter because it turns out Larry's better at AoE than me, so obviously he knows something that I don't. But that's okay. So we're going in. So I'm going to cut through to like right here. I wish that I would have cut through again to right there. That would have been a big game changer, I think. But we didn't do it, so that's fine. It's okay. I make that. So the cut's going. We see on the other side, nothing's happening over there. We see that Taylor is prepping to punch up the gut. I guess he's probably planning on going right here, which would have been a good move against us, but gotta watch out because I'm quick. There we go, and we're in. So Taylor was literally going to start cutting, and we wouldn't have been ready for it, but that's okay. So as we do that, Larry drops his walls, and Larry cuts in. So we've got two attacks going on at the same time. Larry's punching in, while I'm punching down with Sam. We see Taylor's going to go up this way as well. And immediately we see that Larry does a quick plunge. It's not going to be very effective, but it'll be something. So, okay, so he goes into Barzee. And at this point, Barzee's at 51 on food and 30, or 51 on wood and a good amount on food. So it was like 30, it was like 50 and 30-ish. So we take those guys out. What's going on over here? Okay, so what the heck are you doing, Jake? Okay, something's going on there. So we're, a little bit of a stalemate here. You see a lot of troops, a lot of fighting. This is the first time in a while that I've used paladins, and I really enjoyed them this game. It was really fun playing with them. We see that Taylor's starting to head north instead of cut in. On the other side here. Okay, there we go, Jake. There it is. Yeah, cut into that. That's what we want. We're going to see if that turns Taylor at all. And Larry building them forward castles. Got to do it. And I'm noticing that Barzee already has a lot of markets going. That's good building management there. I like that, Jake, or Barzee. Good job. There's too many Jakes in this group. Between our Jakes and our Jeffs. What's going on over here? Oh, so it appears that Taylor plunged. Yes, Taylor plunged. So I'm sorry I missed that one, Taylor. And that was his last one that died there. On the other side, Jake has made it through and is punching. And, that's a matchup that's really impressive on Jake's end. I wish that we had Barzee down here to help support this. And there are these... Jake loves his skirmishers. He's all about them. He's a big fan. And Taylor's going back up it. On the other side, we're all fighting. And we see that Barzee's gotten pop capped. That's what's going on there. Let's take a check on Nick at this point. So Nick's got 30, 30, 30. So he's got a fairly evenly balanced. He's got a ton of resources. He's sitting on a mountain right now. I don't want to be luck. Yeah. So, he's definitely ready to start attacking. He hasn't started yet, but he is very rich and able to. And Chris as well, 34, 24, 19, and a mountain of gold. And he's got a ton of idle villagers. Holy cow, he's got 61 idle villagers. I don't know what happened over here, but Chris has a lot of idle villagers. Wow, that's a lot of idle villagers. He could literally just triple his team production by just select and click. And then Spencer's at 85, 71, 36, and just spamming a ton. We see that the fight is moving forward over here. On this side, we see that Taylor has now pushed Jake back. Jake is Mr. Teutonic Knight these days, but we gotta start adding in other infantry units with it, because the Teutonic Knights are wonderful, but they're so slow. Drives me insane when they're so slow. One thing that cracked me up last night when we were watching these when we were doing these games. First game, we told Jacob Barzee, hey, we play a treaty game on fast. That way, there's not early rushes, and we have more games. And he was like, "Oh, I don't know. That sounds kind of slow. Are you sure?" And then we played a couple of computer games, and he was like, "Is there any way that we could make this even faster?" Which cracked me up. I was like, "Yeah, I know. That's why we play on fast, dude." Larry, quit repairing. Good job, Larry. Let it die. On the other side, we see that Jake has pushed people out, although Taylor's down there in the bottom. Jake's got a ton of idle villagers going on over here. Get those guys collecting wood, man. Okay, we're gonna switch what's going on with Jake's economy, because he gets punched a bunch. So we see he's at 30 and 37 and just trying to survive. Trying to survive. And on the other side, here we go. And we see Jacob Barzee has shown up and is doing an added push. We're flexing on Larry at this point. If Larry doesn't have these castles, we'd be past him. And I believe that I even am going to do a plunge here pretty soon. So we take out that castle. Things are getting scary over here. And I think Taylor's going to turn because of it. Taylor's building a bunch of stuff. So Taylor's trying to do another plunge. Kaput. Sends it in. He's really wrecking poor little Jake. Breaking my heart just seeing that. Sort of thing you never want to see happen to a friend. I love that he's just walling with houses. Oh, they get through. So Jake's just, man, he's the anvil of this game. And they are into Jake. They're into the trade now. And we're all like, oh no, we gotta get him. So Taylor's just going crazy over here. You can see he's just into the trade, doing Taylor things. And pillaging away. It's one thing we could never do this whole game was we weren't able to ever effectively plunge. I think I got one plunge in at one point. And Taylor's all over this stuff. Repair it, save it. Oh, they saved it, good. There's all of this stuff going on over here, all of these guys. Jake is just getting destroyed. We see Jake is down to 11 and 12. He may have clicked a button, but I kind of think he didn't. Oh, he did click a button. Okay. But still, his whole economy is just destroyed right now. And that's Barzee's come and save the day, man. And we see Taylor's just spamming troops in. Just non-stop the whole game. Taylor, here comes another rush from Taylor. Oh, here comes another rush from Taylor. Meanwhile, Spencer's really taking the blunt of this fight with Larry. Man, if we could have kept pressure up here. But we couldn't, and we didn't. And we see Chris is now building troops. So Chris is building, let's see, where's Chris's stuff? I don't know where Chris's stuff is. Oh, right here. This is where Chris's stuff is. Okay, so Chris is starting to send up troops. And so Chris may feel like this isn't a lot, but what it does do is it distracts, it makes it so that I have to pay attention to it. So thereby we're not killing Larry anymore. We have to focus on the troops over here.